ever notice how, like, music can just totally change how you're feeling? Like,
Wow.
when you've had just a crazy day and, like, all you want to do is put on your favorite music and just, like, let go of all that stress.
Absolutely.
Well, that's what we're going to deep dive into today.
Yeah.
It's this whole world of music and how it can help us de-stress.
Right.
Not just us, though, for, like, the kids, too.
The kids too. Yeah.
So we've got a whole bunch of research here,
Okay.
a bunch of insights, and all about how different kinds of music, even certain frequencies, can, like, actually help us manage that stress
Yeah.
and, like, boost how we feel.
It's pretty amazing what music can do
It is.
for our minds and bodies.
Yeah, so let's imagine you're having just, like, a super stressful day.
Okay.
You know, deadlines are, like, piling up.
Mm-hmm.
That to-do list is just never ending.
Oh, yeah.
You know the feeling.
That feeling.
And then you put on some music.
Yeah.
What's going on in our brains when that happens?
Well, music, it's almost like this key that unlocks different parts of your brain.
Interesting.
So when you listen to music, especially music you enjoy,
Right.
your brain is releasing dopamine.
Dopamine, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
That's that, like, feel-good hormone, right?
Exactly. It's that feel-good hormone.
Okay.
And it's not just about, like, feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
Music also stimulates the areas of the brain
Okay.
that are linked to your emotions and your memory.
Wow.
But here's, like, the really interesting part.
Okay.
Music can actually help to lower your levels of cortisol,
Oh.
and that's the stress hormone.
So it's like music is battling it out with stress inside our brains.
In a way, yes.
That's amazing. But, like, it's got to be more than just, like, us feeling good, right? There's got to be some actual science behind this.
Absolutely there is.
Okay.
There was this fascinating study done in 2013.
Okay.
They published it in Frontiers in Psychology,
Mm-hmm.
and they looked at this exact thing.
Okay.
What they found was that listening to relaxing music after you've done some kind of stressful task
Uh-huh.
really significantly reduced people's stress levels.
Oh, wow.
And they even saw physiological changes.
Like what?
So things like their heart rate and blood pressure went down.
So, like, it's not just in our heads?
Yeah.
Like, our bodies are literally responding to this.
They are?
That's pretty cool. And it makes me think about, like, when I get stressed,
Yes.
I just, like, automatically want to put my headphones on. Like, my
Right.
body just knows.
It's like a built-in stress reliever that
Yeah.
you just have access to whenever you need it.
I like that.
So think about like adding some calming music to your
Yeah.
routine.
Yeah.
Maybe when you're commuting
Mm-hmm.
or when you're trying to like unwind in the evening
Yeah, makes sense.
after a long day.
That's a great idea. And speaking of routines,
Yeah.
it's not just us adults who can benefit from this, right?
Right.
Like, think about kids.
Yeah.
Their lives are pretty crazy, too.
They are.
Even though they might not be dealing with work deadlines
Yeah.
or bills or anything. But music can be so powerful for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially for those kids
Yeah.
who have a hard time maybe expressing how they're feeling.
Yeah.
Like verbally.
Yeah.
Music gives them this outlet where they
Mhm.
don't need words
I like that.
to like get those big feelings out.
That's a really good point.
Huh.
Are there, like, studies that show this?
Yeah.
About how music affects kids?
Yeah. So researchers at Stanford,
Okay.
and they're known for their research with kids,
Mm-hmm.
found that soothing music, things like classical music, can really help kids focus better.
Oh, wow.
And they're not as restless.
So instead of, like, a meltdown, it's Mozart.
Yeah.
I love it.
In the playroom.
Yeah, that sounds much better than a
Yeah.
meltdown, for
Yeah,
sure.
Definitely. You know, it's really cool how music can just calm kids right down.
Yeah.
But let's kind of like dig a little deeper here.
Okay.
You ever thought about like specific frequencies in music
Uh-huh.
and how they might affect our bodies?
Okay, now you've got me interested.
Tell me more. So there's this thing called 432 hertz.
Okay.
And a lot of people call it like the natural frequency.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
supposed to like resonate with our environment
Huh.
and even like our bodies.
Interesting. 432 hertz. That's really specific.
It is.
What makes that so special?
Well, one idea is that 432 hertz kind of lines up with like the natural resonance of water.
Water.
And, you know, we're made up of a lot of water.
Right. Yeah.
So people think that when we hear music tuned to that frequency,
Mm-hmm.
it can like make us feel more calm and relaxed.
So it's like our bodies are vibing with the music.
Yeah, kind of like that.
I get why they call it the natural frequency then. But
Yeah.
is there, like, any research to back this up?
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
There was this study from 2016,
Okay.
and it was published in the Journal of Psychology and Psychotherapy,
Mm-hmm.
and they looked at music tuned to 432 hertz,
Okay.
and they compared it to the standard 440 hertz.
440 hertz. That's like the normal tuning, right?
Yeah, that's what they use for most music.
Gotcha. So what'd they find?
Well, the people who listened to that 432 hertz music,
Uh-huh.
they said they felt more relaxed
Oh, wow.
and just better overall
Really?
than the people listening to the 440 music.
Wow. So even just like tiny changes in the frequency
Yeah,
can like affect how we feel.
totally. And you might even want to try listening to some 432 hertz music yourself,
I think I will.
especially when you just need to chill out.
Okay, I'll try that. So that's 432 hertz for adults.
Yeah.
What about kids? Would it work for them too?
Well, some people think that softer frequencies,
Okay.
like 432 hertz,
Uh-huh.
or even sounds from nature,
Okay.
which are usually around like 500 hertz,
Yeah.
can make kids feel more safe and calm.
Like a lullaby from nature.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it makes a lot of sense.
It does when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like when babies are in the womb,
Uh-huh.
what kind of sounds do they hear?
Pretty low sounds, right?
Yeah, like those really low rhythmic sounds.
Interesting.
So those kinds of sounds can really help kids,
Yeah.
especially with sleep
Okay.
or just like unwinding after school.
That's awesome. I'm definitely going to try out some of that 432 hertz music.
Yeah.
But let's move past frequencies for a second.
Oh,
What about different types of music?
like genres?
Yeah. Do some genres affect our stress more than others?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, fill me in.
Well, classical music,
Yeah.
especially from that Baroque period.
Oh, like Bach and Vivaldi.
Exactly.
I always found that stuff really calming.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
It's all about the way it's structured
Oh, okay.
and the tempo.
Uh-huh.
So Baroque music, it usually has like a really regular structure,
Okay.
and it's not too fast.
Right.
So that can help like regulate our breathing
Mm.
and our heart rate.
Oh, interesting.
And that makes us feel like calm and stable.
It's like our bodies are syncing up with the music.
Yeah, just like that.
That's so cool. And there's research on this too.
There is.
What does it say?
Well, a study from the University of Maryland
Okay.
found that listening to classical music can like lift our mood
Mhm.
and make us less anxious.
Doesn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah.
What about nature sounds?
Oh, nature sounds.
I love those.
They're amazing for de-stressing.
Yeah.
So think about like a stream flowing
Yeah.
or a breeze in the leaves
Mm-hmm.
or even just like rain falling.
Yeah.
Those all have this calming effect.
They do.
And it's because those low frequencies,
Okay.
they're like the same ones we're used to hearing
Yeah.
out in nature.
It's like bringing the outdoors inside.
That's a good way to put it.
So we've got classical and nature sounds.
Yeah.
What about other stuff?
Like what?
Like pop music.
Oh, pop music.
Is all bad for stress?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Some pop music can get you going,
Right.
maybe even make you a little edgy,
Yeah.
but there are a ton of pop songs
Mm-hmm.
and even ballads
Okay.
that can be really relaxing.
It depends on the person then.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
It's all about what you like
Mm-hmm.
and what makes you feel good.
Makes sense. There's research on that too, probably.
Yeah, researchers at McGill University
Okay.
found that listening to your favorite songs,
Yeah.
no matter what genre,
Mm-hmm.
releases dopamine.
Oh. So it makes us feel good.
Yeah, and that makes us feel more
It
relaxed.
all comes back to dopamine.
In a way. Yeah,
So we just got to find the music that works for us.
exactly.
Okay, but how can we like put all this info into action?
That's a great question.
Let's talk tips. Okay, so we've talked about all these awesome benefits,
Yeah.
but like how can our listeners actually use this
Yeah, that's the important part.
in their own lives?
Right? So for adults,
Okay.
I'd say try like working relaxing music into your daily routine.
Okay.
Like imagine you're starting your day
Hmm.
and you're commuting.
Yeah.
Instead of listening to like the news or talk radio,
Right.
throw on some classical music or
Uh,
nature sounds.
I like that.
It's like a massage for your brain
Okay.
to start your day off
Mhm.
calm and peaceful.
I-
And then when you're finishing your day,
Yeah.
after work,
Yeah.
that same calming music
Okay.
can help you like unwind,
Makes sense.
transition out of that busy workday.
Yeah, totally. What about kids?
Oh, kids.
What are some tips for them?
Music can be so helpful for them too.
Mm-hmm.
Think about homework time.
Yeah.
Have some gentle classical music playing in the
Alright.
background.
Creates like a nice atmosphere.
Yeah, like a serene soundscape.
Yeah.
Or use calming music
I like
as part of their bedtime routine.
that.
Helps them fall asleep easier.
Yeah.
And don't forget about after school.
Right.
Music can help them de-stress.
Totally makes sense. It's incredible how music can be like a part of our whole day.
It really can be.
I'm already thinking of ways to use this with my own kids.
Yeah, and remember,
Oh.
the key is to just try things out.
Okay.
Experiment.
Yeah.
Maybe introduce them to that 432 hertz music.
Mm-hmm.
See how they react to it.
Okay.
Or let them pick their own calming music
Yeah,
that makes them feel more in control
right.
of their environment,
That's a good point.
which is always good for kids.
For sure. So just pay attention to the music
Yeah.
throughout the day.
Be mindful of your choices and how it's making you feel.
Yeah, I love that advice.
It's all about noticing
Mm-hmm.
how music affects you.
This has been such a cool deep dive.
It has.
I feel like I have like a whole new understanding of
Yeah.
how powerful music can be.
Absolutely.
It's amazing how it can connect with us.
Yeah.
Like deep down in our brains and our bodies
It's wild.
and affect like our mood and our feelings.
For sure. I mean, from the dopamine release to the cortisol reduction,
Yeah,
the science behind it is pretty incredible.
it is. So to wrap things up for our listeners today,
Mhm.
we've learned that music can really help reduce stress
Yeah.
and help us feel better.
And for both adults and kids.
Yeah, both adults and kids.
For sure.
And we talked about how certain frequencies, like that 432 hertz,
Yeah.
and genres like classical and nature sounds
Mm-hmm.
can be super helpful
Absolutely.
for creating that calm and focused feeling.
Like a sonic chill pill.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about finding what works for you
Yeah.
and bringing those sounds into your everyday life.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So as we finish up here,
Yeah.
I've got one last thought
Okay.
for our listeners.
Hit me with it.
What's one change
Hmm.
that you'll make
Yeah.
to the sounds around you
Okay.
or your child's sounds?
Yeah.
Based on what we talked about today.
That's a great question for everyone to think about.
Think about it, experiment, and discover all the ways
Yeah.
that music can change your life.
Music is powerful.
It is. Until next time, keep those good vibes going.